All right, 8th graders, welcome back. We're finally done with the test, and today actually is going to be a kind of a break from traditional lectures and homework and doing those quizzes and bell ringers, but we're going to start with teaching you guys the decades project that's going to be due near the end of the school year. We're going to firm up some of those dates, but it will be probably within the last 2 to 3 weeks of the end of the school year. So this is your big time major final project. So let's go over it here really quickly. What I have done is I have created groups of 5 people, and in some cases there'll be 3 of you and 4 of you in a group just because of the pairing of numbers and how many people we have in the class. But what's going to happen is that I've used a random generator to randomly assign you groups and to randomly assign you decades. So whichever group and decade you're a part of, that's what you're part of. I'm not going to listen to people say, "Can I please move?" Sorry. Who you're with is who you're with. Learn to work with them. All right. So what you're going to do is there's going to be a couple elements to this project. The first one is you're going to have a written paper. So each one of you is going to write a part of this paper. One person's going to take on significant historical events. Another one's going to take on economy and technology. Another important people, which means you must include the president, pop culture, and lastly, fashion. And then you guys are going to, once you've written your part of the paper, which needs to be 2 pages, you are then going to put together a PowerPoint with each other covering those same topics. And then you will have to engage in a presentation in front of the class. If we are still online, we're going to do it via Zoom so you can share it with me and I can listen to your wonderful presentations and have you go over that information. Okay. PowerPoint and Google Slides need to have pictures and written information from all 5 categories. Make bullet points. Do not just jam all your talking points onto the PowerPoint. It looks terrible. Key points, okay? All right, also, what we're going to be looking for is an example of culture if we are back in the classroom, but if not, you need to be able to tell me some information about like literature and television, videos, anything like that, okay? Something you can bring in there. Now, again, if we were back on campus, we would be we would like to see you bring like a food or drink sample if that is entirely possible for you, okay? So we want you guys to really be inventive with this. Have fun. You're going to teach the class about your decade, so make sure that you really work hard on this to make sure it looks nice, okay? Now, again, if you're going to be sick or absent and say we're doing it online here, you can pre-record your part of the video. You can send me the part of your paper early. You should be able to compile it. The big thing I want you guys to do is I want you to actually compile it, okay? I want you to work together since we are online. And since we are online, I need you to create like a shared file, shared Word document, shared PowerPoint. I need you to appoint somebody to be head of your project so that they can kind of be the taskmaster to keep everybody on track and submitting information. You are graded on your individual contribution. So if you have some team members that do really great and you get up there and you didn't turn in your paper or it's a half page, and your slides look like you just woke up in the middle of the night and threw it all together, you're going to be the one that gets the poor grade, while those of you on your team that do really well are going to get the really good grade, okay? Not trying to scare you guys. I just want you to know your individual contribution goes towards your individual grade. Your team members are not going to be the one who lifts up your minor contribution. Make sure you are giving a full contribution, okay? Excuse me. All right, so make sure that you do this. Take a look right up here. Each of the 5 sections must include 2 pages in length, double space, 12-point font in Times New Roman. I want Times New Roman. I know it says that over here. Now it's gone. Times New Roman. Okay, so all together, 10 pages. Now, another thing too is the paper itself, when we were looking at it, make sure that if we're back at school, we're going to put it together in a binder. If not, you're just going to submit it in a shared Google Doc, okay? All right. Everything else here, just make sure, one last thing. This is a key point. This is a U.S. history project. That means do not be talking about foreign events unless they directly correlate with the United States. So I don't want you to, if you're doing fashion in the 70s, start talking about French fashions, because it's not American, it's French. So focus in on America. Now I'm going to post this into your guys' area. I'm also going to post a document of whose team you're on and what decade you are doing. Again, key point to understand, I am not going to change teams, guys. Do not email me and ask me to change teams, because it's not going to happen. I have to make this very clear, because I know there's going to be somebody out there who's going to be like, I can't work in this environment and these people. You guys need to learn to work together. It's a staple of what happens in this economy in this future. You're going to need to learn to work with people that you're not accustomed to working with. And that's one of the beautiful things of getting to know them, is that they have a lot to contribute. You just need to learn what they can provide. Okay? All right. This is going to be posted too. So, and then on top of that, the team list. And what I will want you to do too is I want you, once you create a shared folder, I want you to invite me to also be part of that shared folder. And I will be pulling it up from time to time to see your progress. Do not wait till the last minute, because I will look into there. If you're not doing it, I'm going to start taking participation points and knocking them off. And I don't want to do that. I want to make sure you guys are really great. This does not require huge sums of your time if you break it into small parts, okay? Break it into small parts. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. Again, don't email me if you want to change your team, or you want to work with somebody else, or you want to change your decade. It's already been established. The random generator did all that for me. All right, guys. I will see you on Wednesday, where we will start up into the next section of the Cold War under JFK, and we'll be discussing the Vietnam War. All right, I will see you, or at least you'll see or hear my voice on Wednesday.